Life in the boatyard. My time here is coming to an end, thankfully. It ended up being way longer than I wanted it to be. I planned on a week or 10 days, and it's going to end up being 17 days, I think, on the hard, which is where I am right now. What happened was I ended up needing a cutlass bearing after all, so I had to have that sent from Singapore. And that took a week to get that in. And I used that time, though. I filled some blisters on the rudder. The hull was fine, but for some reason the rudder had little, dime size blisters, maybe 20 on each side. So I ground those out and filled them with thickened epoxy. And then I was going to have a mechanic install the shaft seal and the cutlass bearing, because labor here is pretty cheap, and I wanted them to line the engine as well. What happened was the mechanic ended up stripping the heads off of two of the bolts on the coupler, where the coupler attaches to the gearbox, and then he just left. He got two of them out, stripped the heads on the other two, and then he went home and started calling in sick. He never came back. Never saw him again. So I ended up pulling the shaft out myself, which was really a nightmare, and digging that old cutlass bearing out that I 5200 in back in Tonga. That's another nightmare. And I got the prop off and installed the shaft seal, installed the cutlass bearing. I added another anode to the prop shaft. You can see here that the one on the end there is the one that the only one normally on the boat, and I added a round one in front of the prop as well. I guess it can't hurt. Some splashing in the morning, and I can't express enough how happy that makes me to get back in the water. And another thing about this stay is it ended up being way more expensive than I was hoping, and the reason that is because there's a hotel here and it's pretty cheap. It's $22 US a night with air conditioning and a big double bed. And it's so hot on the boat here in the yard. You can see I'm on the dirt here. There's without the water to insulate the bottom of the boat, it gets so bloody hot during the day on the boat. So it was nice to have that air-conditioned room that I could go sleep in. I could go take a shower. I ended up taking multiple showers a day because it's so hot. So it ended up being, well, I don't want to say expensive, but way more than I'd hoped. The room alone ended up costing, God, I don't even know, 350 US for all the days, 400 US. So, and then every day you're out, you pay the hard stand rate, which is $12 a day. And then I paid the guys to sand it and paint it, and that comes out to about 150 bucks. Pressure washers to another 70 bucks. Cutlass bearing was, I don't know what, 150. The shaft seal was another 300. Beers and restaurant meals came to God knows what. So it's going to be good to be back in the water and, living poor again. Poor but free.